Hi everybody, my name is Darren Mitchell and I'm a part of the Warwickshire Central Christians Against Poverty Debt Centre. I've had the privilege of managing the debt centre for the last 11 years and I just want to come to you today to tell you about what we're looking for and how you can help out. We are looking for a debt coach or debt coaches. So the way it works with CAP, we have a client that will approach our new inquiries team. They will take some brief details from them and the appointment will come through to the local debt centre. That client is then allocated to a debt coach. I'm also a debt coach. So when that appointment comes through, I'll call the client and welcome them to the local debt centre, ask them if there's any initial things that I can help with and confirm the appointment time and date. I'll then get on the phone to a befriender, a man for a man, a woman for a woman, or a woman if we're going to see a couple. And we will then go and see our client. We go into the home. There is initially 3 appointments. The first appointment is to introduce the CAP process. The second appointment is to take them through what we call an electronic fact finder, where we accumulate all of their personal financial information and gather all their paperwork together as well. And then the third appointment is what we call the budget and the options appointment, where they choose what route they want to take to get out of debt. Then all that information goes to our CAP support hub and they take them through that route until they become debt free. We also have the wonderful privilege of praying for our clients. We'll ask them at the end of each appointment, would you like us to pray with you or for you? 90% of the time they say yes, sometimes they say no, sometimes they say pray away from me but not with me here. But we also have lots of resources as well which we can give to our clients. We can invite them to the local church, we can invite them to events linked to the local church, but also the befriender who comes out on the support side as well is also able to help out in supporting the client and having that connection, that relationship with them as well. So as I said, we're looking for debt coaches. So what do you need to become a debt coach? Well, not much experience really. Most importantly, that you have a relationship with God. You're willing to train and go on a journey. You're willing to open up yourself to the idea of sharing your faith with others. Daunting it sounds to many, but it's easy when you put your trust in the Holy Spirit and he will take you on that journey. So what would you need to do to become a debt coach? Well, you would need to go on some training. It's quite a bit of training. It's about 40 hours in total. It's not all done in 1 week, by the way. It's spread out over 2 months and it's done from the comfort of your home online. With regards to character of the person, you've got to love God, love people, and as I said, be willing to look at the idea of sharing your faith or going on that journey to learn. You need to be available for at least 8 hours a week. You take on 1 new client a month unless you are, I guess, more of a lead debt coach where you might have to take on 2 new clients a month. And outside of that, seeing the client, there's some administration that's involved. You're not talking to creditors, by the way. You're not the one that's dealing with the finances and the outcome of their debts. We really are taking information from the clients and giving it to our CAP support hub. You need to have availability in the week between Monday and Friday, not every day. As I said, 8 hours is the maximum expectation. And also to be available on a Thursday for the Hope Cafe. The Hope Cafe is a cafe that we run from 11 till 1 on a Thursday for our current and ex-CAP clients and any referrals that drop in to go on a discipleship journey to explore the Christian faith and to stay debt free. So if you're interested in becoming a debt coach and you want to explore a little bit more, the deadline to get in your application is September. Training will be in October and November. And yeah, you'll probably start your role as debt coach in January of this year or January 2027. So if you're interested, talk to me, Darren Mitchell. I'm happy to have any questions fired my way. Yeah, it'd be just good to hear from you.